Alright, so I'm with Norm and Nancy at 911 8th Avenue in Laurel. We're going to do some siding and some stonework on this house. So, shutters. All the shutters are coming off. We're not going to replace them at this point. We're going to make that determination once the siding is up. Rock is going to run underneath this cantilever right to the door. Keep the line of the cantilever up to the edge of the door. We are going to cover the foundation, so right down to the ground. Same way on this side. So from that corner to the door and basically right to the ground. These shutters are definitely not going back on. The windows are already wrapped, but this entry door is not, so we do need to rewrap that entry door. You've got a light block right up there. Norm, just so you know, if you want to change these lights, it's a good time to do it. If you've got one here, we've got to take that one down. We've got to put something up, so we'll put that up for you. Okay, so any of those that you want to do. What about your hose reel? You're not going to want that back up against your rock or your mailbox. No. So pull those down, and then Norm will decide what he wants to do with them. Okay. Same thing here. We've got one gable vent up here. Shutters go away. We're going to wrap this entry door. Let's on that handrail, go ahead and pull that board off. Cut that rail back a little bit to allow for the new siding, and then reattach it to the new siding. Do not go around that rail. Fence shouldn't be a problem. You can get right in behind it. Got one dryer vent right there. Handrail needs to go back on?
Yes.
Okay. So the handrail comes off, slide underneath it, and then put the handrail back on. The rest of it's pretty simple. Again, one gable vent there. We got 2 pairs of shutters. We did have 5 pairs of shutters. There was 2 on this side. Again, all the windows are already wrapped. This is your second or third wrap. So total, we have 3 doors on the house that need to be wrapped. So to answer your question in advance, yes, that door gets wrapped. That handrail goes back on. Norm's going to have these steps, the decking of the steps, off when we get here. So the stringer underneath is just bolted to the wall. We're going to go ahead and pull that stringer. It's actually broke from the deck right there. And then we've just got, I think, 5 bolts that are holding it to the wall. So we're going to pull that stringer, side underneath it, and then put the stringer back on. And then Norm will we'll put the new deck or new steps on the deck after we're done. This cantilever underneath the sunroom gets done as well. Soffit and fascia around the sunroom get done. These little vents right here we're going to reuse because we don't have anything similar to them. Siding underneath the deck, and then up on top. Nothing gets done on the sunroom except for the soffit and fascia. It's going to have to, because it's the way it ties in. Okay. If you don't do it, it's going to look wrong. Okay.
So that up there will be replaced then too?
It's going to be covered.
Oh, I see.
So it'll be covered with the same material we use on the house. Because of the way they tied into your soffit structure up here. If you don't do it, it's going to look off.
Okay.
It all needs to be done, and you guys already paid for it, so
okay.
It's
okay.
nothing additional on that. Garage is getting done as well. Here's your other areas of rock. We're going to do 42 inches up either side of the door and on the corner of the garage door, and then just finish it with a corner, no wrap around. Just finish the corners with a standard corner post. Side the house, side the garage. Wrap the garage door, wrap the entry door. There's one window on that north wall. So that's pretty self-explanatory. All the soffit and fascia gets done here. There's only gutter on the one side. Do you want that PVC gutter back up? Okay. So the rest of the gutter on the house is all going to have to be taken down so that we can slide underneath the drip edge with the fascia. The gutter on the garage, we're just going to take it down and leave it down. because it's got that plastic stuff on there, and I'm guessing you're probably going to get that replaced.
Might not even put anything up, I don't know.
Okay. So, I think that's it. Did we miss anything?
That gutter doesn't come down, does it?
Yep.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It's the only way to get back up underneath it is to pull it down.
Oh, you do the fascia too.